Hello. Today we will be reviewing some of the basic foundations of consultation, as well as learning about the 7-step consulting process using individual consultation. The process we will be reviewing is from the textbook Consultation Creating School-Based Interventions, written by Don Dinkmeyer, John Carlson, and Rebecca Michael. And as we've been talking about, they use Adlerian psychology as the basis for their consultation model. Recall from earlier in the semester that consultation is a triadic relationship. There's always 3 parties involved. The consultant, which we'll call A, collaborates with the consultee, B, to help a third party, the client, C. This image might help you conceptualize the consultation relationship. The main focus is to help the consultee with the third party. In this course, we're talking about school-based consultation, which oftentimes the consultant might be a school counselor, a school psychologist, it could be a teacher. The consultee is oftentimes a teacher, but it could be a parent. And most frequently, the client is the student. But all A, B, and C are part of the school system. Consultation that is initiated by B, the consultee, is often the most desirable. We see that when B is coming to A to look for possible solutions, there's a higher level of motivation. And just to keep in our minds and recall that all behavior does have social meaning and is goal-directed. The chart on page 94 of our textbook is very helpful when we're looking at what are some of the student's or child's goals. We know from Adlerian psychology that behavior is future-oriented. We look at behavior as how are children looking to create meaning in their life. How are they looking to be heard? Is their goal attention? Could it be power? Could it be revenge? So that chart is a useful chart to use as a consultant. We also want to be mindful that, unlike other models of consultation, the Dinkmeyer model is looking at this process as helping both B and C. We are looking at the end goal being the client, but we are trying to empower the teacher to support additional students through strategies and interventions that are learned. The next point that is important to keep in mind is the nature of the helping relationship. We want to recall that consultation is a helping relationship. It's founded on the consultant and the consultee's skills that they bring to the plate, so to speak, that we all have experiences that help shape our lifestyle, our beliefs. We also want to be mindful that consultation is not counseling. It should never be a counseling relationship. Some useful tips to think about the two is that counseling relationship is where the focus is on the person seeking the help. So in counseling, you would know it's a counseling relationship if B were the person receiving help. However, consultation, the main focus of the relationship is on that third person, the C, the client, even though we do also recognize that B, the consultee, brings various skills. We want to be mindful to avoid the trap of being the expert. Again, we're looking at empowering the consultee to build their skills, to build from their experiences, to impact positively more students in their classroom. Now we'll move on to the 7 steps process of consultation. The first step is to establish the tone. And we've talked about this at multiple points. That means we're establishing mutual respect as well as equality. So again, where we're avoiding that trap of consultant as expert. Here we're looking at the consultee is bringing skills as we bring skills. We're establishing that privacy and confidentiality are established. Open, honest, direct communication. And that this is an educational process, not a medical diagnosis. So we are in that problem-solving form. And that no one's blamed. We want to make sure that the consultee is able to communicate honestly how they're feeling. We want to seek to understand, how is this a problem for you, assuming that the consultee is a teacher, it could be a parent. Step 2 is asking the consultee, can you give a specific example of when he or she was a problem for you? So again, we're assuming that the client is a student and that the consultee is a teacher in this situation. So we're asking them to be more specific. We might say, tell the consultee, say the exact words and say them in the way that you said them. Step 3, we'll ask for a second specific example. Again, this helps the consultee clarify really what are some of the struggles that they're seeing. Step 4 is to help them clarify the goal of the student's misbehavior and perhaps the teacher's troubling belief. So again, we'll go back to that. If you want to reference the table back on page 49, we're looking at that Adlerian psychology, the goals of behavior. Step 5, we'll review the guidelines for reaching the goal. So if the student's goal of misbehavior is attention, how can we find ways to catch them being good? How can we create attention-getting moments? If the goal of the child's misbehavior is revenge, can we give chances for fairness? Can we help them find ways to express themselves? If the goal in the classroom is power, can we give them additional choices? Can we create choice opportunities so that they don't have that struggle and fight? Step 6 is to solicit tentative suggestions. Again, here is working on one problem at a time. So we want to isolate that, break them into realistic, achievable steps, and to be concrete. How will we know what goal and what suggestions we want the consultee to work on with the client? And step 7 would be to attain closure. So to get commitment to specific solutions, review exactly what they will do, measurable behaviors, and to set up a follow-up meeting to evaluate the effectiveness of the consultation intervention. At that closure moment, it really is important to set that next meeting with the consultee so that they know that you are in this process together. For your next piece, I would like you to watch the individual consultation session number 1 on the companion website that we all have access to. This is an excellent video of individual consultation 7 steps in practice. And the consultee is the teacher working with a 4-year-old student, and I think it would be very helpful to demonstrate the various 7-step process. And I think I would like to end on the quote found in the book. The consultant must value the teacher, communicating the teacher as a person of worth who is truly concerned with improving the present situation. And I think keeping that in mind, keeping that teacher helping them feel supported, or the parent feeling supportive, and being open to that helping relationship will really improve the overall results and improve those relationships. Thank you.